Hi, I would like to talk to you about something that's not exactly not exactly Bible stuff. And just actually, it's not really Bible stuff at all. Just something related to my Empath Luckiest Smurf series. I I have developed a religion for for the Smurfs in that series. Is they didn't give it any particular name for other than Smurfism. uh, Anyways, I just want to read an article that I've written on Smurfs Fan Wiki about this religion. It says Smurfism is the unofficial name of the Smurfs belief system and the Empath, the Luckiest Smurf story series, which incorporates nature worship with ancestor worship. The main tenets of Smurfism are Mother Nature and Father Time are the creators of all life, having existed at the beginning where they united with each other and created a universe on the first day. Evil came into the world when creation corrupted nature's sanctity, resulting in a fallen judgment on the world that existed back in the early part of creation's existence. The spirits of the Smurfs who have lived in previous lives are considered guardian spirits, with the good spirits being the guides to morality. The Book of Morality and the Book of Prayers are considered sacred texts in this religion. I'll discuss those a little later on in this video. All life is considered worthy of respect and protection, regardless of how creatures choose to live that life, though it is desired that others would choose to live lives that would respect and protect others. All Smurfs are considered brothers and sisters within a community and must be treated as such. The Smurf head symbol is considered a holy symbol. Males and females are considered complementary equals, meaning that the differences between the sexes are to be used for the benefit of what the opposite sex lacks. Only males and females can marry each other, since it is the will of Mother Nature that creatures will show love for each other through the creation of families. Sex can only be engaged in within a marriage. Faithful living as a Smurf is rewarded with the Smurf entering into Elysium, the Smurfy hereafter upon death, whereas unfaithful living results in that Smurf entering into Tartarus. The Pool of Souls is a place where the spirits of the Smurfs who are found guilty of taking another life are consigned to. This is sort of like a purgatory of sorts. Most of the Smurfs who are part of Empath's generation are adherents to Smurfism, with Topper being one of the few who is a believer in Christianity and Hefty being an atheist, or at least a very knowledgeable Smurfist. So let's look at to the two religious books that they that this that this religion uses. First of all, let's look at the Book of Morality. The Book of Morality, also the Book of Morals, is a book that the Smurfs consider the closest thing to a religious text in the Empath, the Luckiest Smurf story series. It is written by earlier generations of Smurfs, excuse me, who were considered to be the most spiritual of their generations, having received supernatural revelations from Mother Nature and Father Time, at least as far as the contents of the book claims. Bernie was one of the Smurfs who has read the book and was thus inspired to write his own series of wisdom books. Um, the quotations of Bernie Smurf, um, Papa Smurf is aware of this book and a book of prayers, but does not consider them to be mandatory reading material for his little Smurfs. So let's look at some excerpts that had ChatGPT generate for this for this book. Let's look at the scroll of the first harmony, attributed to the elders who walked closest with Mother Nature and Father Time. Part Part one of the first union. In the beginning, when there was no leaf or stone nor breath, Mother Nature stood in stillness and Father Time moved in silence, and when stillness embraced movement, the first day was born. From their union sprang root and river, star and seed, and all living breath that now walks beneath the sky. Therefore, remember, life is not accident, but harmony. Part 2 of balance. Every root draws water, yet gives shade. Every stream flows downward, yet feeds the valley. So too must every Smurf receive and give, lest imbalance disturb the forest. For when a Smurf takes without planting, or speaks without listening, or commands without serving, the harmony bends toward fracture. Part 3 of Brotherhood. All Smurfs are born of the same breath that stirred the first meadow. Therefore let none call another stranger, for the forest has but one family. As branches differ in shape, yet share one trunk, so are brothers and sisters equal in worth, though unlike in strength. He who mocks his brother mocks the forest. She who wounds her sister wounds the root of her own dwelling. Part 4 of Male and Female. Mother Nature shaped difference not for rivalry, but for completion. As earth receives the seed, and the seed trusts the earth, so are male and female given to one another. Let neither despise the gift of the other, nor claim dominion where harmony was intended. For union creates life, and life renews the meadow. Part 5, Desire. Desire is a river contained, it nourishes, unbounded it floods. Therefore let love be sealed in covenant, that joy may not become sorrow. The fire in the hearth warms the house, the same fire in the forest devours it. Part 6 of Taking Life. Life is the breath of Mother Nature and the unfolding of Father Time. He who steals that breath from another without just cause wounds both time and nature. Such a spirit shall wander the pool of souls until balance is restored. Yet remember, judgment is given not for vengeance, but for healing the torn fabric of the growth. Part 7 of Knowledge. Knowledge is a lantern in the night, yet the lantern must not blind the traveler. Seek wisdom not only in words written, but in seasons endured. For the leaf knows what the scroll cannot say, and the elder's silence may teach more than 1,000 proverbs. Part 8 of Pride. The tallest tree that forgets its roots is first to fall in the storm. He who exalts himself above his kin shortens his own shadow. Therefore walk humbly beneath the sky, lest Father Time remind you of your smallness. Part 9 of Death and the Hereafter. When a Smurf has lived in harmony, the meadow of Elysium awaits beyond the final sunset. There the breath is light and memory sweet, and the ancestors greet their child. But where harmony was despised and cruelty cherished, Tartarus receives the restless spirit. There the echo of imbalance resounds until repentance awakens. Part 10, Final Admonition. Let every Smurf guard the harmony of the grove as he guards his own heart. For Mother Nature watches in patience, and Father Time measures every step. Blessed is the Smurf who walks gently, for the forest shall walk gently with him. And here's an excerpt from the scroll, The Withered Grove, attributed to Elder Verdant of the 4th Chanterelle age. Of calamity and correction. When forest trembles and the river overflows its banks, do not say this is chance, for Mother Nature speaks in storm as well as in sunlight. When blight falls upon the forest, when blight falls upon the harvest, then root rots in the field. Ask first not who shall we blame, but where have we bent the harmony? For when the grove forgets its covenant with the soil remembers. When laughter turns to mockery, and strength becomes oppression, and desire forgets the boundary, the winds gather to restore balance. Therefore, if flood or fire visits the village, let the elders search the hearts of the Smurfs, and let confession rise like incense before judgment falls again. For calamity is not always wrath, yet neither is it without meaning. So let's go on to talk about the Book of Prayers. The Book of Prayers is the book that the Smurfs consider the closest thing to a religious text in the Empath, Luckiest Smurf story series. It was written by earlier generations of Smurfs who were considered to be the most spiritual of their generations, having received supernatural revelations from Mother Nature and Father Time, at least as far as the contents of the book claims. It mostly consists of prayers and hymns that are prayed and sung to Mother Nature and Father Time for various purposes. Papa Smurf is aware of this book and the Book of Morality, but does not consider them to be mandatory reading material for his little Smurfs. So let's look at some excerpts from that. The Hymn of the First Light, sung at dawn during the Festival of New Leaves. Here's the invocation. O Mother Nature, who clothes the meadow in green, who paints the blossom and steadies the root, awaken our hearts as you awaken the forest, that we may rise gently into the new day. O Father Time, who turns night into morning, and measures the seasons and ripens the fruit, guide our steps in the hours before us, that none may be wasted in pride and neglect. And here's Thanksgiving. We thank you for a breath. We thank you for a breath drawn in quiet air, for dew upon grass and warmth upon stone. We thank you for brother and sister beside us, for laughter that echoes through mushroom and tree, for seed that breaks the soil in patience, for rivers that sing as they travel the vale, for elders whose wisdom shelters our youth, and children whose joy renews our strength. Here's petition. If our hands have taken more than they planted, restore in us the will to mend. If our words have wounded the harmony, teach us the gentleness of falling leaves. When storm cloud gathers about our dwelling, let not fear uproot or trust. When shadow lengthens across the grove, let memory of light remain. And here's the dedication. May our strength defend without oppression. May our love burn warm, yet never consume. May our desire remain within its covenant, and our speech be seasoned with truth. As earth receives the rain in humility, so may we receive correction without resentment. As the sun returns without boasting, so may we give without seeking praise. Here's a closing blessing. Mother Nature, study our roots. Father Time, number our days in wisdom. Let harmony dwell among us as wind among branches, and when our final twilight comes, lead us gently to the meadow beyond sunset, where ancestors greet us with smiling eyes and all imbalance is made whole. And here's the hymn of the returning breath, sung at the passing of the brother sister. Here, first part of the gathering. O Mother Nature, receive the breath that once moved among us in laughter and labor. As leaf falls not in anger but in season, so has our beloved returned to your keeping. O Father Time, who opened first dawn, and now closes this twilight hour, you who measure every footstep upon the earth, remember the steps that walk gently among us. Okay, and here's a remembers. Remember the hands that planted and mended, the voice that sang in meadow and hall. Remember the kindness shared in quiet hours and the courage shown when storm cloud gathered. No root grows along the forest, no branch stands apart from the trunk. So life that now rests from labor still lives in the harmony that we share. And here's the lament. Yet our hearts tremble like grass and wind for absences in winter in the soul. The place beside us feels hollow, and silence lingers where laughter once rang. Mother of green and growing things, hold our sorrow as you hold the fallen leaf. Father of turning days and endless seasons, teach us patience in the passing of this hour. And here's a hope of Elysium. If this one walked in harmony, let the meadow beyond sunset receive them. Let ancestors rise and welcome, and let their spirit find rest in Elysium's light, where no frost bites root, nor sorrow bends branch, where time moves gently and memory sweet. May they dwell in the fields, the balance restored, until the forest is made whole again. And here's the commitment of the living. As seed falls into earth and rises renewed, so shall their memory take root among us. We'll walk more gently because they walked among us. We'll love more deeply because they loved. Mother Nature, study our greeting hearts, Father Time, turn our mourning toward wisdom. Let harmony bind us still until we too return to the quiet meadow. And here's the hymn of the cleansing storm attributed to the Fifth Grove Assembly, year of the blackened oaks. Here's the invocation of the storm. O Mother Nature, when thunder shakes the hollow tree and lightning splits the ancient trunk, will not flee your voice in fear, but for even storm is born of your breath. O Father Time, whose seasons turn without apology, when flood swallows field and roof alike, teach us to bow beneath the torrent, for none are beyond your measuring hand. Here's confession before calamity. If the grove has grown proud in its plenty, if laughter has soured into scorn, if strength has hardened into tyranny, let the rain correct what we would not. If desire has strayed beyond its covenant, if truth has been traded for comfort, let the wind strip bare our branches until honesty grows anew. And here's the submission part. Better the storm that humbles the forest than the rot that devours it unseen. Better the flood that clears the valley than the drought of forgotten harmony. Strike if striking restores us, bend us if bending keeps us whole. For mercy may come clothed in thunder, and love may arrive as flame. And here's the hope after ruin. When tempest passes and silence returns, we'll gather the fallen and plant again, for what is uprooted may yet take root, and what is burned may yet bear fruit. Mother Nature, cleanse without destroying, Father Time, discipline without forsaking. Let the storm be teacher, not executioner, and let harmony rise from ash. And that's pretty much I'm going to share for you today about this this fictional religion that I created for my Empath, the Luckiest Smurf series. I may share more in future videos, and if I so desire. So have a wonderful day, and may God bless you.